Hello, my name is zeliha and I'm the sales representative for Salesforce.
Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Suquin and I'm with Memory Blue.
Perfect. This is my business card to further connect later on.
Thank you so much.
How's your weekend been?
It's been pretty good. With the kids at home, we're having a really good weekend. We did
good.
some barbecuing, cook up some steaks.
That's awesome. I love steak.
Yeah, my dogs love steak too. So they'll just always be on the side as I'm grilling, begging for a piece of steak.
Yeah, honestly, gotta feed the dogs as well.
Mhm.
So we only have 15 minutes for today. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So I know I've been following up with Memory Blue's work. You guys have a solid reputation for building strong SDR and helping tech companies break into new markets. Honestly, very impressive.
Thank you.
I know that you also work with different clients, industries, and tools, but I know that also that brings challenges definitely to the workplace. So out of curiosity, how do you currently manage integration between your SDR outreach and your clients' CRM systems? Do you typically mirror their setups or run things in parallel?
Well, it really depends on the client. A lot of time we're working outside their system and using our internal tools, then pushing updates manually or through SVs. In some cases, we get access to their CRM, but integration is rarely seamless. There's usually some disconnects, I would say.
I see. Okay. How about, has there been situations where syncing data like leads, call notes, or follow-ups across different platforms, have they caused any delays or confusion on your end?
Yeah, that is a common pain point since every client has different tech stack. Syncing activities and making sure we're not duplicating or missing leads is a challenge. So we've had cases where a rep books a meeting but it doesn't show up correctly on the client's side because of a data mismatch.
Yeah, that's definitely frustrating and time consuming. So when it comes to onboarding a new client, how smooth is the CRM side of that process? Is it something your team dreads, or do you feel like it's fairly smooth?
Well, one of the more time-consuming parts would be our reps having to adapt quickly, but each CRM has its own logic, terminology, and rules. It's not uncommon to spend a few days just understanding how the client wants data formatted or where activities should be logged.
I see. What about your SDRs? Do they ever run into issues with visibility, like not knowing the full context of where a lead stands in the client's funnel?
Yeah, and that definitely impacts performance, I would say so. If we have visibility into what happened before us or after we hand off the lead, it's tough to optimize outreach or learn from results. Sometimes we're working with just a sliver of the bigger picture.
I see. That can definitely be frustrating to work with. What about reporting? Do you feel like leadership and your clients have a clear view of SDR performance, or do you find yourself piecing things together from multiple tools?
We tend to do our best with what we've got, but honestly, it's a patchwork. Our internal dashboards don't always align with what the client tracks. So there's back and forth over reconciling numbers like how many meetings were booked, which ones were accepted, etc. It eats up our time, and we'd rather be spending that time coaching our reps than spending unnecessarily
Yeah,
that.
that's definitely a pivot point, and I think we could help a lot with that. But let's say if you could centralize all of that, so like lead tracking, SDR activity, client specific metrics into one flexible workspace, well, would that be something that could ease the burden of your team?
Absolutely. Like, that would save us a lot of manual work. It would reduce errors and let our reps focus more on prospecting and less on admin, I would say.
Okay, perfect. Have you explored modular CRM setups that adapt to each client without creating extra admin for the SDRs?
We've looked into a few tools, but the problem is always scale and flexibility. It's tough to find something that works for both our internal operations and for our clients' needs. So we usually just make do with what we have, even if it's not ideal.
Okay, I see. Okay, we can work with that. So I'm asking all of this because at Salesforce, we've worked with teams in similar aspects and spaces who wanted to scale, but found themselves limited by disconnected systems and rigid reporting. We've been able to help them not just sync better with their clients, but give their reps more clarity and anonymity as well. No pressure at all, but if you're open to it, I'd love to show you how that could look for Memory Blue. Even just a quick walkthrough might spark some ideas. Would that be of interest?
Yeah, I'd be open to that. If you could show me how to streamline reporting and make it easier to work across client systems without doubling our workload, I'm all ears.
Perfect. Okay, so starting off, this is our mini demo. So benefits of the Salesforce to Memory Blue. So the number one problem that I heard that you were having was disorganized data. So you said that the leads, opportunities, and customer data stored in separate spreadsheets or emails, they created a lot of confusion, duplication, and errors, which is very time consuming. So with Salesforce, on the other hand, having a centralized database provides a unified platform to store and manage all customer data and interactions, ensuring easy access and definitely more accuracy. How does that sound so far?
I think that sounds amazing. I think we would go very far with our data being more organized.
Definitely. And then the second problem that I heard was inconsistent reporting and metrics. Memory Blue struggles with inconsistent reporting because data is spread across, different spreadsheets, very disorganized, and different client tools. This makes it hard to track performance or give a clear update to the clients. Meanwhile, Salesforce fixes this by keeping all the data in one place. So it gives real-time reports, clear dashboards, and it helps everyone stay on the same page. How does that sound?
That sounds amazing. I would really love for all of our data to be in one place, It would definitely help everybody out, especially our reps, for sure.
Definitely. So another problem that I've heard that you were facing was wasting time, which is, definitely not a good thing. So without automation, reps spend more time on manual data entry, scheduling follow-ups, and tracking pipeline stages. So for Salesforce, on the other hand, we can help that with automated repetitive tasks like data entry, lead assignments, follow-up reminders, and email outreach, increasing efficiency and more productivity along the line.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Definitely.
We hate wasting time at Memory Blue. Anything that could help us save more time and use that time into coaching our reps would be way more valuable to us.
Definitely. Would save a lot of time. And I think it's just going to make you guys as a company, remove the burden off of you guys as well, and just kind of make it more less stress-free, and just using that time to actually create progress in your overall performance as well.
Yes, of course.
All right, if you don't have any more questions, I'm very glad I got to speak to you today.
Yeah, of course.
Nice meeting you. did you want to schedule another meeting with me?
Yeah. I did want to schedule another meeting with you. I think that my boss would really love to have a speak with you,
Perfect.
see how he would like Salesforce's CRM system, of course.
I would love to speak to him as well. I'm available next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that
Alright.
works.
Perfect.
And if not, then I have your business card. So
yes, you can always connect with me.
yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for the meeting.
It was nice
of course.
meeting you.